And we're ready to roll. Welcome, everybody, to another Hangout with Mentors. We come here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have an awesome full panel tonight. That's exciting. Thank each of you on the panel for joining us, and to everybody watching. If you're watching it live or if you're watching the recording, welcome and thank you for coming. Often we do go a full hour lately because everybody has really valuable stuff to say. So stay the whole time, please, because each individual that speaks has a different twist to the topic, and it's always really valuable, and it's really cool how it all comes together like an amazing kaleidoscope, and then we kind of try to summarize and close it up at the end. So if you can, please do stay. Your time is valuable and so is ours, but this is really valuable stuff. Stories make a big difference, right? Stories impact us, they inspire us, we learn from them, we grow from them, and it's just a great way to combine our knowledge, our experience, and our expertise. And tonight will be no different because the topic is success amongst, because of, despite all of the above, adversity. Some of the most successful and amazing people had massive adversity to go through, right? Zig Ziglar, I think he's somebody that we all know. You know that name, right? It's a household name, especially for all of us in this industry, right? He was raised by a single mom. Oh, if you have background noise, maybe mute yourselves out. Yeah, so I think he had maybe a grade 5 education. So he didn't start who he was. Like, he didn't start with that, all his brilliant quotes and just thought-provoking content. He didn't start there, right? He pushed past his adversity, and he didn't let that stop him. And there's a long list of names that we can refer to. But for tonight, we're going to share ours. And we are all succeeding because of and despite our adversity. And we're going to learn from each other's stories. What did we do? What was the adversity that we faced, and what solution did we choose? What action did we take, and how did we get here today? So I'm just going to open it up. Do I have any hand raisers of who wants to start first? I have 2 stories I'm going to share, but I'm going to wait and share them maybe a little bit later. And Paul is jumping on it. Paul, please share yours. Oh, and first of all, sorry, before you start, Paul, I just want to say thank you very much. Kenny, thank you for, this is Kenny's topic. So thank you for stepping up, choosing the topic, and then showing up to add to it. And yeah, so Paul, I'll let you go, and then Tammy, I'm gonna come to you next, my unstoppable partner.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry. You were going to say something, Tammy?
No, I just said that sounds really great, Susan.
Yeah, so yeah, my really my adversity wasn't anything external or anything. Is a lot of my adversity, I think it came from childhood. And I don't know when. I'm still, a lot of times when I see, the thing about me is I had, and often it still comes back, low self-esteem. And if anybody who's ever dealt with low self-esteem knows that the internal adversity going on inside your mind it can sometimes drive you crazy. There's times that in my 20s where, I mean, I went to my pastor and told him, I think I'm going crazy. He's like, "Oh, you're not." It's like, no, I'm serious. I had like 50 voices in my head at the same time pulling me 13 different ways and 100 different ways, whatever. And it took a lot of, and that was before I started doing personal development and started really getting into personal development, started getting into the home-based business, which, I mean, the home-based business is surrounded by personal development. And if you don't have it, you're kind of doomed in this business, because you really need a solid a solid foundation of who you are and what you are and what you can accomplish. And so where was I going with this? So anyway, it wasn't before I started getting personal development that I started seeing these things in me, and where all this stuff was coming. I actually had an addiction that lasted for about I want to say about 20 years. I had a really bad addiction that lasted about 20 years, and it wasn't until I got rid of that addiction that I could free myself up, and stuff just started falling off and everything else. And you know what? I mean, I say this a lot, especially with this team, but this team has helped a lot with me dealing with my own self-esteem issues. And as I said, they still come up, but I know how to get rid of them. I know a lot of us do positive self-talk, declarations of who you are, who you really are on this earth. It's not who people tell you are, it's who you were created to be. Like, for instance, I was Susan, today I did a video, and some dude commented on how the opportunity that we have is, and what he did is he posted a link in there, and it went to another guy who's the internet's best spam, professional, whatever he is. That's who he thinks he is, and that's great. And he's probably the most trusted, because obviously you're the most trusted if you have the guts to put it on your header of your website. You must be the most trusted. So anyway, guy puts the link up there, and my knee-jerk reaction was I just wanted to blast off on this guy. I wanted to go to his YouTube page, find out what he's about, go to this other guy's YouTube page that he posted a link about, find out what he's all about, the scan seizures on it, da-da-da-da-da. And you know what? It was the only thing that I could think of was, dude, this marketing is working. Because the YouTube video that I did, and it was just a mind shift, because the self-esteem issues that I had, I was like, dude, I'm going after this guy. But I was so sure about myself. It's like, wait, he found my video. This guy did a search, found my video. This stuff's working. And of course, Google has a neat little thing called the spam button, which you just say, oh, this is spam, and they get rid of them. And they did. So that was great. But, it was, my adversities came from a lot of self-esteem. And, that's pretty much, how I get through it. And how I get through it is actually with a lot of people on everybody on the team. Ray personally has helped me out. We've known each other for like 8 years. It wasn't like I was calling him up every single week, every other day, just with the crap I was going through. And you know what? When you have that synergy of people, the people around you who love you, whether they're your family, your friends, or who they are, it's a really big deal. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. So anyway, there you go. That's my story.
Thank you for sharing that, Paul. And so just to really summarize that, your solution is to layer on confidence to combat your lack of self-confidence, right? And so you do more of the same, more of what's working. And you feel better about being in our community and being surrounded by us. So you hang out with us more.
Right.
And that's really cool.
Yep.
And that's really cool. And it's been, you've grown such a huge amount in the short time that we've known you. So high five. You're amazing. Awesome. Thank you. Tammy.
Awesome. Yeah, I like this subject. It seems like there's a couple different things I want to talk about tonight. Say hi to everybody. Welcome to this awesome, amazing hangout with mentors that Susan has been doing for many, many years. And my whole, coming out, I guess, if you want to say that, and coming into video is due to Susan. So my adversity to getting on video 2 years ago, I was really, really reluctant. So I wanted to just put that out there. So if you guys are reluctant about getting on video, don't be reluctant, because honestly, it's really what's changed a lot of things in my life. Just meeting Susan and working with Susan for a year now, it's been an awesome experience, and she's just an unstoppable business partner. So I just wanted to say that. And we actually met because I have been walking in town, and honestly, I didn't want to do this a year ago, right? So I didn't really want to even get out of my house. So talk about adversity, my transformation, and and just knowing that I've overcome adversity. Sprained ankles. I mean, I've told her that my toenails have fell out while walking. But getting back to what I want to really say tonight is in business, okay? The adversity that sometimes that you go through, it's really super worth it, okay? So you're going to have highs and you're going to have lows in your business. We all do. I've been self-employed for 29, I guess you could say a bed of roses, right? So we're all going to have peaks and valleys. But the biggest thing is the reason why we're all doing so well and mentally and then now physically is because we have a community. We have a community of people. Susan and I started the Unstoppable Mamas, and now we've grown into the Unstoppable Alliance, and now we have Unstoppable People. And so I think the biggest thing is that people want to be surrounded by people that are not perfect, okay? We're not perfect. We have, like Susan would say, soul stains and things like that we talk about, and we're passionate about helping people. So no matter what you've gone through life, whether you've been through foreclosures, for instance, I've been through foreclosures, personal foreclosures, and different things like that in your life, that you're still standing, So you have a group of people that you can come to every single week, and we can talk about these subjects with our hair down, so to speak, you know what I mean? So I think these are really, really important for people to just know they can be themselves and they can show their true colors, like Susan said to me before. So I just really think, that it's real important that no matter who you are, that that it's okay, to show your vulnerability, and to just show the fact that you're real, because like I said, for me personally, I've been through a lot of stuff, financially, and I love helping people get through that now, because I know that I can help them through that. There's always a way out. You don't always hear this tonight. Okay, Susan is saying that the internet connection is unstable. So, but that's what I wanted to say. Many more things, of course, on the subject, but did you want to add anything? I'm sure, we've talked, and her and I, we talk about just honestly family life, right? And just getting through and knowing that there is support for people that, that really need it out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to share tonight.
Thank you, Tammy.
She said good job, Tammy. Unstoppable.
There you go. Thank you very much. Do I have any takers to go next? I think Bob said he wants to speak. Bob, come on out. And you're muted. Just 1 second. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, you hear me now? Yes. Yes, pleasure. A pleasure to meet you, Tammy. I think you might have been on the Mindset call the other day that we had. And was that you that joined on the Mindset call?
Yes, that's right, Bob. It was very nice to meet you on that call.
Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you, Tammy. And I've enjoyed I'm enjoying getting to know some of the folks on this Unstoppable team. Been with the TFMA, and I'm real happy that we've merged, because there's power in numbers. So it's really a pleasure, and we can have bigger and better events like this one right here. My story is, I was in sales from a very young age. I gravitated towards sales, and I always, but what happened is every business I got into, I would do it for a while, and then it's like something would happen technologically, and it would, the business would go away. For instance, the encyclopedia business was my first business. Well, then the next thing I know, encyclopedias are replaced by internet. Then I get into recruiting. Then we have Y2K. Things get thrown off. Then I do mortgages, and then of course we know what happened. If you watch The Big Short, you know what happened in the mortgage industry. About that time, I said, I kept on reinventing myself. I mean, I was already at that point, 2008, about 60 years old, and I'll be 68 in a few months. I'm the kind of person that I'm always going to reinvent myself and look, hey, I've learned now something about the internet. I've always been good with sales. It's time to plunge in, and I did that in 2008, and I've really enjoyed the ride since then. I've been mostly in the top tier vein here, and of course discovering this business, our Titan business, really about a year ago has just been a wonderful thing for me. And I'm it's kind of all coming together. I'm looking forward to the next 30 years. and honestly, as those, and I encourage anybody that hasn't been on the Mindset Call to come on and participate as well. I do that on Mondays. I do that with the team. I started about 5 years ago studying mindset very, very seriously. Got into the teachings of Abraham and others as well. I was told to read daily, listen to audios daily, and attend live events whenever possible. I took that very seriously. I started doing it, and I watched an upward trajectory ever since that point. And it just keeps on getting better all the time. So I like to give back to the team with my Mindset Call, but I'm real happy to get to know everyone. And honestly, each day is so exciting for me. It just keeps on getting better and better. I think I've got 2 sales, in fact, just today. And it's just wonderful. If I can be of any help to the team here, I'm happy to do it. And I love hearing the stories of you as well. So thanks for having me. Good to meet you all.
Thank you very much, Bob. It's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for sharing that. Do you see what kind of amazing people we attract here? It's just mind-blowing, mind-blowing. Thank you very much, Bob. I hope you come out on a regular. It's a pleasure to have you.
I'd be happy to do it. This is a fun thing.
I liken strength and courage and facing adversity and all of those, I liken them to muscles. They're just like muscles. And you know how you strengthen muscles? By using them, right? The more you use them, the stronger they get. And the stronger they get. So they don't physically bulge out like muscles do when you work them, but they get stronger and they get more efficient by exercising them. So that's just kind of puts a visual of what we do and how we can get stronger, get more courageous, get more confident by layering it on, by exercising it on a regular basis. I was born with a gift, and it's kind of interesting how I liken it to a gift. But I was born with really severe asthma. So if you don't know what asthma is, it's a breathing disorder where your airways literally close down. They go into spasm, and it's very difficult to breathe. So I'm this little infant, and I'm having regular struggles with breathing. So I spent pretty much the first 4 years of my life in the hospital more than at home. And so I believe I was given that as a gift because right off the bat, right out of the gate, I had to exercise my strengths, right? I had to fight to breathe. And then I think I was about 5 or 6 years old, and it was starting to get a little bit better. And we had to travel about 6 hours to the asthma specialist. We didn't have one locally. And so my mom often would remind me of this story. And I told this specialist, I said, I need help with something. I was very serious. And he said, what is that? And I said, I don't want to have those inhalers, the Ventolin inhalers. I was worried that if I didn't have it, or if it was empty, I lost it or something, then what do I do? I need a solution. Like what do I do if I don't have my inhaler? And so at first he was kind of perplexed at this question from this little girl, right? And so he taught me how to calm myself down and talk to myself, to calm myself down and slowly breathe myself through it as much as I could. He said, don't leave it at home on purpose though. But I just wanted that security, right? And it was that little lesson that I accidentally taught myself that's when my unstoppable started. Really, when you become your own security, when you exercise that strength, it follows you through in every angle of your life. So I challenge you to always look for the solution. So rather than facing on or focusing on what your adversity is, what your challenge is, what your borders or restrictions are, look for the solution. And all of a sudden it'll reframe, it'll change your perspective of the whole thing, and you're looking forward rather than stuck and like looking at what's stopping you. So that's my little story for tonight. Kenny, since this is your topic, would you come out, please? Oh, you're muted.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Good to go.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. I broke a promise. Super T had asked to be on, and I said I would bring her out. Let's see if that worked. Okay, go, Kenny.
We might crash it tonight, Susan.
How's everybody doing today? I just want to share a little bit of my story. It's been a wonderful day, my ad. It's been a wonderful. One thing that I've learned from working from home is I've been able to do so much without the regular job, the regular 8 hours, the regular 16 hours, whatever it is that you work to satisfy your needs for money. I was able to drop my daughter off at college this week. It was beautiful because guess what? I didn't have to go to work. After that, I was able to come back to Florida, bring my family with me, and show them how I live my life in Florida. You know, it's wonderful when, you know, your everyday hustle is not money. As they sit around the house and they're enjoying the house and they're in their rooms, you know, just enjoying Florida, I'm here working at this moment. And this is what I love to do. I'll give you an example of how much I love this. I met some guys today on the ocean front who own their own business. And yeah, they're not in the internet like me, but we had a conversation that we could understand with each other because they left their day and they made $1,100 for the day with, you know, just talking to regular people and doing what they love. And I had a wonderful day. I made $500 a day just doing what I love. So at that, what more can you ask for, right? You ask for this lifestyle, and the only way you get it is living in your truth. So yeah, I've been through some obstacles in life where I didn't have the money to make the decisions. But you know what I did? I made a decision in my mind to do one thing, because I wasn't a big person with money. But one thing I've always been good at is saving. So I saved my money. Regardless of what obstacles I was going through, I saved my money and then invested my money back into myself. And here I am today living my life. There's nothing that I would choose, nothing better than what I'm doing right now. And that's living this life. So if you're trying to wonder how you get here, how do you do this? Get around the people that's already living it. Because that's what I do. Like, this is a funny thing because I'm around my family, I'm around my girlfriend, and she's seeing me around these people, right? And I'm drinking, I'm having a good time, but she think I'm drunk. She's like, oh my God, I'm taking the keys away. You're not driving. This is crazy. What are you doing? No, I'm conversing with people that understand my language. So yeah, I might look a little drunk, but no, I'm not. I'm conversing with people that understand my language about making money when they're living their lifestyles. So at that time, I'm happy. I'm so happy. You would think that I'm just too drunk to drive, but guess what? I drove all the way home just to enjoy this time with you guys and to share this message, because this is life. I will not give this shit up for nobody. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? And if you don't understand where I'm coming from, you will, because one day you're going to get tired of being on your job. And you're going to wonder why, hey, what's my problem? Why I can't get past that part? Because you're not living in your truth. Live in your truth. Live outside of that. I'm an outside of the box person. That's my identity, outside the box. I live outside of that shit. Who wants to live inside a box when you don't have to? Get outside of that and live your truth. And if you don't know what your truth is, come to this community. We'll teach it to you. We'll definitely teach it to you. I just wanted to give that piece. I'm so happy right now. I want to hear everybody else's piece right now. I'm a super family. Because life is just too beautiful, right? Let's make this money. Who's next on the list? Who's next? I want to hear somebody else love they truth of life, because this is what it's about.
Oh, Kenny, that's awesome. Oh my goodness. I love you. I love you. Hey, everybody, you know what this guy did? I reached out to him. I told him I'm going to be, I don't know how far you are from where I'm going to be, but I'm going to be in St. Petersburg. He drove 3 hours. He cooked for us an amazing meal. And then he drove 3 hours back home without blinking an eye. He does whatever it takes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny, and when I was down there in February, we were going to try to get together, and you said, you know what, I'll drive, I'll try to drive and see you, Tammy, and I thought that was awesome. Yeah, so kind of,
I would have came right there, Tammy, but I understood, one thing I do love about what we do, we're here to take care of our families, and that's what she was doing. She was taking care of her family, so I couldn't take that away from her. Yeah. I had to give her space. Yeah. But you believe I was there ready and willing to drive to go get this information from this wonderful woman.
And that is a part of the whole picture,
you were,
right?
You were, and you know what? I'm telling you, it was awesome. I mean, you were so supportive, and then, unfortunately, my mother-in-law didn't make it that trip, and just all the support. About adversity, having you guys and having Susan and having Ray, and at the time, it really was awesome. So that was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So part of that string, I was just going to mention part of facing adversity. Yeah. Sorry, Tammy, your reception is weak. So there's a leg.
Yeah, it's saying it's really weak, and I keep getting closer to you guys. Yeah, sorry. Carol's gonna try to hook me up on her.
I was just going to say part of facing adversity and succeeding despite adversity is simply doing whatever it takes. That's kind of the theme, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is next? Ray?
Yes.
Are you ready to do your ditty?
Tony is.
I saw Tony raising her hand there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tony's going nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tony.
I'll be glad to go after Tony.
Up here.
Yeah, go, Tony.
Unmute yourself, Tony. Unmute yourself.
That's right. That would help. Unmute. Okay. Kenny got me all fired up. Yeah. That's right. Love of life. That's why I'm here. I mean, in the chat, I say, I told you, Paul, hey, we've been from Jersey and back. We've been some places together. And I really loved hanging with you guys. I mean, I followed you here. I'll follow you to the moon. We make things happen. I was going to use an S word, but I'll leave that one for Kenny. Make things happen. And and that's the point about this.
Super team, you're awesome.
That's the whole point of this. See, I'm an only child. And so I've always been the odd man, the weird one out. Everybody's got brothers and sisters, and they were always dealing with other people. So for me, it was always seeing if I was going to be included. When I come to somebody's house, or even families, got bunches of cousins, but no siblings. So it was like, what you guys doing? Can I get involved? Can I be, and then and I was a reader on my own. So when I got with other people, it was like, did you read? This is what it is, and they never got me. They never got it. And then when I got a little older and I wanted to join Junior Achievement, I don't know if that even still exists, where grammar school kids did projects and they sold items and things like that. Well, I got into that because I was like, I didn't quite know that was business, but I knew that was something that I wanted to create and do and give and share. And I wanted to do that from grammar school on up. And I always had to feel like I had to include myself into other people's lives to get it done. Now I realize that I don't have to push to be included. There's a place I can just walk into, and they got me from day one. And I don't know, Kenny, but you're right. This is awesome. I can't explain it. If they don't get it from listening to each and every one of us explain this, then they just won't get it. I know, that's as plain and simple. You just won't get it. You've got to want it. You've got to want it hard enough no matter what. And right. That's it. I no longer work with Polly on third shift. This is my leap. This is it, people. Let's go. My wings will sprout as I go down to go back up. Come join me. That's my daddy. I'm done.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Now we're gonna be able to run around the block. We're gonna be able to run like our 3 miles.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Tony. Ray, come on.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, man, who can follow Tony? I mean, gee,
I know.
her, Kenny. Now you guys are making this tough. But it brings me great happiness just to see people loving what they're doing. I mean, I've been in jobs where all you heard was complaints and what they didn't want to be there, and they talked about this and they talked about that, and nobody ever got better from those conversations. And I think a lot of, and a lot of my adversity sometimes has been maybe self-induced, and then some of it hasn't. I mean, things happen. Life happens. And it doesn't matter if you're in this business or you got a job and you're working 80 hours a week or 40 hours a week, or what I did was 105 hours a week sometimes. It was just ridiculous. But adversity is going to happen. Life is going to happen. And I always call it, me and my wife have been really talking about this stuff, but it's about, how are you going to survive? Are you going to survive better? And you can, because you learn some things that you may not have known in the past. And that's all personal growth, self-development. And I'll tell you what, for me, a lot of the stuff that I've went through, and I like the way Bob had said it, just learning, it's self-development is the biggest thing. You really, you got to become a student of self-development. And it's so true. And I think a lot of my adversity, I was always looking for something, to just bring in, to accumulate, to hopefully, man, this adversity will stop if I could accumulate more. But I found out a lot of my adversity went away when I started to let go and started to release things that I didn't need, perceptions that I had that didn't serve me. And, I can go through war stories. I'm sure everybody here has a story, but I'll tell you, I was, I had some really traumatizing childhood, right? I mean, broken family, divorce stuff. It was just bitter, ugly. But a lot of those things I had to unlearn, as I was growing. And this industry has helped me do that. It really helped me look at myself. It really helped me evaluate that, Ray, it doesn't matter where you came from. This industry is not prejudiced of your past. It's not prejudice of your knowledge or lack of knowledge. It's not prejudice of your color. It's not prejudice of, anything. You could come out of prison and get into this industry and actually have a vocation and do very well. So you don't care. It doesn't matter. And that's what's really cool about this industry, because I found a lot of myself in this industry going through the things that I've went through. And, I've learned to look at those as stepping stones to where I am today. And it has not stopped me anymore. My past has not stopped me. My future isn't something that I really want to look at so hard that I'm going to freak out about. It's the everyday moment that we have today, being on this, showing up when you showing up as an investment in yourself and the giving of other people. The more you give out, the more you'll receive. I mean, that's a law of the universe. It's simple. I can do that. I don't need a manual. I can actually go and do that on a daily basis. And that's why I love this industry. I can go and give out something that I learned today. I can go and give out, just help out someone else that might be in need, according to what I have, you know what I mean? It's just so beautiful to be able to know that no matter what you've been through, you have an answer and you have an opportunity to have an answer, a solution to that problem right here in this community. And that's what's cool about having a community. And I learned, I hear people jumping into things and they're like, hey man, I never heard from them again. I gave them money and I never heard from them again. And you go, oh man, this is the industry I'm in. I don't want to be looked at as somebody who did that to somebody. I want to be the guy who was a solution to somebody's problem, not to add the problem to the person who had a problem, came from to me for a solution. So, and that's what's been so cool about this industry, cool about hanging out with people like you guys, plugging in and just rolling, just being able to move forward fast, because you get to, when you hear it from so many different areas, you can release a lot faster and get to where you want to go. So that's what I got to say. I'm just thankful to be here and honored to be here. So thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you,
Tammy.
Ray.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, Ray, can you hear me? I just want to jump in and say something of, when you first joined with Susan and I, remember that night where you were like, geez, I can't do this or that on the computer. Remember that? So a lot of times we hear people say that and you just push right through. I remember my son Robbie talking to you on the phone, you know what I mean? And walking you through it. So man, it's just like you have grown into this amazing leader and person. I'm so proud of you. I mean, just think about where you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? In the next year or two. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Right over there, I'll never forget the spot. I always remember, for some reason, the spots of places when I help people. But yeah, kudos to you. I liked your ditty tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Ray always brings a good ditty.
He does.
All right, Brian and Felicia, welcome. First time on our Wednesday night hangout. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Would you like to come out and share your story?
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to say how touched I am, or we are, to hear all of your stories and your inspiration and your adversities that you've overcome. That's very, very motivating for others who are watching this, and it's great to be a part of the community. It's really essential to have that synergy and to have that mastermind is just so powerful. So thank you for including us tonight. And I'm going to let my husband speak, but first I'll share a little bit about our background. my husband and I have been married 23 years. We have 4 grown boys, 4 beautiful grandchildren, and thank you. And we have been freedompreneurs since 2009, when we both lost our jobs within 9 months of each other. And we looked at it as a huge blessing, blessing in disguise. So we're just elated to get doing something where we could work together and have more freedom with each other and our children and grandchildren. So that was super important to us, and probably to you, those of you who are tuning in as well. So so we got started in 2009. We've done a few different things. We have done a lot of things where we're, again, a power couple, because we just think it's great to work together. That's just something that we're passionate about, is being together and our family and helping others. So in the course of our journey and being entrepreneurs or freedompreneurs, we have had many adversities and many things to overcome, and he's going to share some of that with you. But on the personal side, he's going to share the business aspect, but on the personal side, we were just getting involved back in 2009, 2010, and we had suffered some tremendous personal losses, some tragedies that hit us hard. First of that being our granddaughter, first granddaughter, passed away after 3 months of SIDS. And that was devastating, because you're not only losing a grandchild, but you're also, you're seeing your child suffer through that as well. So, this was just when we were getting going in business, and this happened pretty much right after. So it was like a huge hit, a personal hit, and yet, so we did have to take some time away to, grieve, to be there for family, because that's what we're in this for, right? Well, then 6 months later, my best friend of 15 years was murdered. Okay, and so then that happened. So we had to go through that. Then 6 months after that, my mother was taken just from going in for routine surgery and not coming out of it. So I came home, then 2 months later passed because of the negligence from the hospital there. So that was 3 things that just hit like a ton of bricks. And we had a choice. We could have stayed in that state stuck, which a lot of you might be experiencing the same thing. I'm not saying this to share this with you for sympathy or to, this is just to show you what the human will, when you are determined and you want something so bad, you will overcome anything, literally anything, because it's so important that you just keep fighting. You just keep fighting. You just keep getting up, and you fight for what you want, for your passion, for your dreams, for your family, for the ones that are here and need you now. So that's, I didn't mean to get into all that, but I wanted to just show you that no matter what you're experiencing personally, whether it's physical pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, anything that you're going through, if we can come through that 6 months after 6 months after 6 months of being hit back to back like that, and we can do it, you can do it too. So just know that, and then he's going to share the business aspect. So thanks for here.
Sure. Well, in our 7+ years of doing this, we've had a lot of adversities. We've had 2 different blogs shut down, and we've had our YouTube account shut down twice. After doing 300 videos, and we, thank goodness we got them backed up. Sorry, had to throw it. Make sure you back up your videos. Yeah, back them up. And what else? We get our ads flagged all the time, and there's a lot of haters out there, and just know that if you have haters, that means you're doing something right. So you just got to keep moving forward. And we could have threw in the towel after our YouTube account was shut down, but instead we just created a new account and uploaded 300 videos all over again. Exactly. You just keep fighting again. Yeah, you just got to be persistent.
persistent, consistent, persevere. Napoleon Hill used to talk about the 3 P's of success, which were persistence, patience, and perseverance. Those are the 3 P's that have got us through so many things, for sure.
Absolutely. And there's the power of 3 again, right?
Yep. There you go. Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing that, though, that very moving, like, it's unfortunate. But like you said, it's not meant for sympathy or to present that, just the fact that, yes, you can, we have the power. We absolutely can. Thank you for sharing that. And again, it's a pleasure to have you on here with us. Thank you for coming out and sharing that very heartfelt story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big high five, virtual
That
hug.
was awesome, guys. That was awesome. And I love seeing your inspiration on Facebook, Felicia, and just chatting with you. It's amazing. You guys are great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We love your community as well.
Absolutely. What a powerful thing. The community, a place where everybody knows your name.
Cheers.
Brian, we've missed you for a few weeks. I'm so glad that you were able to get on. Would you like to
Thank you for having me.
Speak with us?
Susan and Tammy, I just want to tell you thanks for letting me come on tonight. And I had a couple adverse issues about even trying to get on before. I won't talk about that, though. But after my little ditty is after 20 plus years of having a brick and mortar business where some call it being successful, doing 7 figures, for years and years and years and years is great. But when things start to tail off, you're always looking for new ways to earn money. And I was in a family-owned business for nearly 30 years. And that took me to a place where you don't have a community like we have right here. And that's what drew me to this. And this what inspires me to share with everyone I talk to on the phone. Say, you have a community, you have an alliance of people with wisdom and knowledge and experience to help you sidestep any kind of things. We talk about adversity tonight. Everyone on this panel has an answer for an adverse issue I might be having. All I have to do is make a phone call or send an email or do a text. Someone's going to have an answer for me to be more successful, to save me from the grief of and anguish of that adversity. And that's so powerful to share with someone. And it's a wealth of knowledge, and I call it a toolbox because I come out of the automotive industry. I call it my toolbox of tools of folks and people that care, that want to see people successful. I talked to a person today on the phone. He said, "You called me." I said, "Sure, I called you. Isn't that what you wanted?" He said, "You don't know how many people that haven't called." I said, "Really?" And I thought that was sad. He said, I joined another group, gave him my money, never heard another thing from my support group. I said, "Guess what I pulled out of my pocket? The Unstoppable Alliance." I said, "You have to visit us. You have to see who's there. It's not only me. It's a group of sincere people that love to help others succeed." And it's so powerful. And to avoid anguish through the adversity, it's just amazing because that's what people are looking for. They don't want to have that fear. They don't want to go through that distress and anguish. If I can tell them anything that'll save them from going through just an hour of grief, I have good success. And that's what they want to hear. And that's what we bring to the table because we have such a diverse group of people that come from so many different backgrounds and avenues within their lives. It's an extreme, it's so extreme. It's hard to even explain, but I'm so thankful that we're together, that I'm even here to be with this group. It's being at the right place at the right time for the right moment of being blessed with this whole business. And the thing about it is until they see it, until they hear it, they don't understand it. And All I do is invite them to the call, invite them to the video, and they can hear it themselves if they don't believe me. But then they'll know the truth when they see everybody on here. Because we're all diverse, we all have got great gifts, we all have got a lot of positive things to tell them, but we've all come from a background that brought us to this very place. And I'm grateful to be here. That's my ditty.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for coming out. And thank you for sharing that. It's absolutely right. Something that Joe has been speaking about a lot lately and giving a name to it, right? The U economy. And the cool thing about it is you empower yourself by choosing to become a part of the U economy. But here, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? How cool is that? So, Joe, on purpose, last but absolutely not least.
Let me say right out of the gate that I'm absolutely in love with your new lava lamp there.
I had to move it because
I love that it's actually on. And like I said to you the other day, that lava lamp there, that's actually a metaphor for my life. It is constantly moving. It is constantly morphing. And it's always beautiful.
Yeah.
For real. And I want to say that, when we talk about, adversity and the things that we go through every single day of the week, today has been a tough day for me personally. Without getting into the drama, I've been dealing with some personal issues for the last 3 or 4 days, and I have found myself in crisis. And the great Andy Andrews, if you've ever read the book, The Traveler's Gift, Andy Andrews says, in life, there are only 3 stages. You are either entering crisis, you are in crisis, or you're exiting a crisis. That's it. That's living. And there's another saying that really is important to me, and it is this, is that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And right now, I'm feeling like that lava lamp there. I'm at such peace right now after listening to everyone share their stories. It's like, oh, woe is me. I'm thinking of this pity pot that I found myself in. And life is a roller coaster, man. If you choose to be in the U economy, and I have to give that to Entrepreneur Magazine. Actually, I think it was Entrepreneur. I saw an author talking about the U economy. And because we've chosen to be in this U economy and take responsibility for our lives, it is a never-ending roller coaster. The ups are extraordinary, and the valleys are absolutely so low. You want to talk about Death Valley. And it is. And, you find yourself, because it's just the nature of what it is and how we do things, that sometimes I live by myself. I've got this big home. I live by myself. And I get up in the morning and I'm focused like a laser beam, and I do these blogs and radio shows, and I do all this stuff, and I'm writing copy. And then all of a sudden I found myself, something is showing up, and, some anxiety shows up, and something is missing, and I'm trying to find what it is that's missing. And I'll tell you that, well, here's what it really boils down to. Here's something that I was developing today on one of my things I was writing. In life, in the Unstoppable Alliance, in Titan, we are going to be tested, we are going to be challenged, and then ultimately we will make the decision. That's the beauty of the free enterprise experience. We have the ultimate responsibility. We are the ones who decide what is going to be the outcome. I know some of you guys are ravenous readers, and I am one of you. And one of my new favorite books, and I just plugged into it earlier in the year, it's called The Obstacle is the Way. And the author is Ryan Holiday. You have to get this book. Now, my new thing is audio, right? I'm an audible.com guy. It's an Amazon company. So I can be driving in my truck, or I can be walking around the block in the morning, and I am listening to books. I'm listening to books. And this is one that I've gone through 3 times. And he talks about the obstacles that we face is the way, the journey. The reason those things have shown up in our lives is because there is something there. There is a lesson that must be learned in order for us to move to the next level. The obstacle is the way. And what he says, and I take this very, very seriously, nothing is good, nothing is bad. It just is. Okay, there is a situation, and then there's the story that we tell ourselves about that situation. It's the perception. When I listen to your story, Brian and Felicia, I am blown away. I'm sitting over here going, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. My girlfriend left. And then I hear what you have dealt with, and you have got gigantic grins. I see you guys on Facebook by the swimming pool, always happy, joyous, embracing each other. I sit here and I go, dude, wake up. You know, wake up. The obstacles that I am presented with, and you said this, Susan, the obstacles are actually gifts. They actually are gifts, and it's a challenge, right? Whatever your dogma is, whatever your belief system is, you know, whoever your creator, your source is, trust and believe that these obstacles have been given to you. They have been put right in front of you because there is something that you must learn. And when you take that to business, you know, Brian, I was listening, we've all, I'm pretty sure, have had a 7-figure lifestyle. I did. I lived 7 figures for over a decade, man, every single year. Company founder, national speaker. I had all these, you know, up on the stage. And then suddenly I received a spiritual kick in the ass. And it was like, I had to burn off some karma. And it seemed really, really tragic. I went from living in a mansion to living on an air mattress in an empty house with broken furniture because they had all left. You know, so I'm like, okay, so what is this? You know, where did this come from? So then I just realized that this was about ego, and this was about better decisions. And this had nothing to do with my talent. I still have the gift. Susan, you talked about the gift. I still have the gift, you know, of gab, and I can structure ideas, and those things have served me well. But you know what? I had to learn some things. So I guess my greatest takeaway here right now is like the gratitude that I truly feel for being included in this group. I'm very new here. I just met you guys. I don't think I've known anybody in this panel for more than Tammy and Susan, like 90 days. That's it. I mean, this is a brand new family for me. And you know something, you know, and I'm looking, Felicia, you said, you know, thank you for having us in your community. Well, I got news for you, sister. This is your community. Thank you for having me in your community. And this is what I'm feeling about our Unstoppable Alliance. You know, like when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And every single one of you guys tonight took me to school and taught me a lesson and grounded me in some real truth here. And I'm just honored to be here. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to every single day. It really is an exciting journey. And that's it. Susan, I'll turn it back to you. I don't know if you're still there because you're frozen on my screen there, but I can go on and on. You know me, but I'll yield the floor to you, Susan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. What a way, as usual, to wrap it up. I had a feeling, save Joe till last. He's got something really compelling to say. Thank you. Thank you. And I really do love my switch of routine in the mornings, to switch to start my online part of my day with a cup of peppermint tea and Joe. Thank you. So, yeah, the only thing I'll just quickly tell, and I mean, a lot of people know this part of my story, but maybe everybody doesn't, right? So when I started online, I was on the verge of losing my house. I had dug a really deep hole of debt, and I had spent 6 years of being essentially locked in mostly in my house, locked in this body that couldn't physically do what I was used to doing. I was this ADD hyper kind of person from birth until 2005. Like I never sat still, never. And then that car accident took that away. So 6 years of that, and it had just put me in a really, really dark place, but I had to figure it out, right? And so with part of this nerve injury and MS, my vision sometimes would get really blurred, and you have pain, and then sometimes my arms didn't even work right, or my fingers. So I'm working online. I've got my laptop in bed. I'm trying to figure all this out. I don't really know what I'm doing yet at that point. Sometimes literally my fingers wouldn't work. So I had to figure out, like I found programs, voice to text. There was so many little solutions for each adversity, right? And it was in learning all of those that allowed me to be a resource for a lot of people. You know, there would be people come to me, well, I can't do this. Oh, I figured out a solution. Or I got so good at finding a solution for each little thing that if I didn't have their solution, then I would go and find it. And so there's a purpose of me explaining that part of it. And again, just like Felicia so eloquently said, it's not for sympathy. It's not for sympathy. That was my gift, right? In that time, I was feeling, like you also said, Joe, really sorry for myself. And that was a place that I was not used to being. I've never in my life felt stuck, sorry for myself, none of that. But I was lost. I was, for the first time in my life, lost, scared, stuck, and feeling very sorry for myself. But what this industry did, I'm not exaggerating at all. It saved my life because I was suicidal, depressed, and everything. It gave me my purpose again because I had lost that purpose without being, I didn't know how to be purposeful in this different body that I was given, right? And so it gave me a way to help people without so I couldn't do my nursing career. That felt like I'd lost a leg, a piece of me, right? So it gave me a way to help people. Then I felt like I was of purpose again. It gave me challenges. You know how some of us, there's things that make us tick? Well, I need to be challenged. That's what makes me tick. I need struggles. I need to be searching for a solution. That's what gears me up, right? And so this laying in bed all the time, like it's hard to get that state. You know, Tony Robbins talks about choosing your state. Well, if you can't do all the things that you used to do to choose that state, that excited state, then how do you empower yourself? How do you, it was a whole bunch of little things I had to learn. And the gift of all that was it helped me know how to help other people. And I made a promise to my mom this one day, and I said, when I get through this, I'm going to help other people because there's a whole hell lot of people stuck similar like this, right? And so it is a gift. Each one of our struggles is a gift. That's what brings us here. That's why I love hosting this. This kind of platform has brought so many shiny people into my world. I've learned so much from each one of you. It's just it's an ongoing gift. Like the lava lamp. It's just an ever-flowing, non-stop flow of one gift after another, one continuous stream of crazy, amazing stories. So yeah, it's the adversity that helps bring us to success. And what an amazing thing. So thank each one of you for sharing this tonight. I feel completely privileged and honored to be able to be in this platform with you. And for all of the audience, thank you for staying. Thank you for showing up. If you're watching the recording, reach back to the person that invited you. If you're watching it live as well, get back to the person that invited you and thank them. Thank them. And if you're not in our community, well, I don't know what you're waiting for. But come on in. We welcome you. We're growing so exponentially fast that it's just, it's so amazing. What did you say earlier, Joe, or was that yesterday? That like the earth beneath us is shifting. It's just a beautiful thing, and we're going to get everything more streamlined and all fixed in place and officially launch right away here. So. It's just a beautiful thing. So thank you, each one of you. And I think that's all I have to say.
Thank you, everyone. Good night. Let me give you one of these.
Yay! I don't know how to make that.
A big heart. Love you.
Yeah.
We got the heart for y'all.
There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. I'll stop.
Bye-bye, all. Great to meet you.